Yeah, so I wake up this morning and I see a message, and it's Access Rat Blood. Are you here, Rat Blood?
Access software. Access software. Access software. Access software.
And then you got people like Access, and then you got people like Access, and then you got people like Access.
I'm not just fucking Rat Blood.
Access Rat Blood, I see. All these Access people, I'm starting to get paranoid about that now. I don't know what to do about it.
And then you got people like Access, and then you got people like Access, and then you got people like Access.
Are you here, Rat Blood?
I'm not just fucking Rat Blood.
Access software.
Most abundant and successful king hero that we are all sitting with at this very moment. Are you willing to accept that as a truth? That you are a worthy man and that your penis is okay?
All these Access people, I'm starting to get paranoid about that now. All these Access people, I'm starting to get paranoid about that now.
Access software. Access software. Access software. Access software.
Are you here, Rat Blood? I'll just start throwing spells at you, conjuring demons and otherwise. Are you here, Rat Blood? I'll just start throwing spells at you, conjuring demons and otherwise. Are you here, Rat Blood? I'll just start throwing spells at you, conjuring demons and otherwise. Are you here, Rat Blood?
Who the fuck is Access Rat Blood?
I'm not just fucking Rat Blood, bitch.
All these Access people, I'm starting to get paranoid about that now. I don't know what to do about it.
I'm not just fucking Rat Blood.
No, it doesn't. And
Hi.
Danville lost his virginity at age 65 to a fucking 16-year-old. So, there's that.
How are you? Hello? Can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Okay, I got you.
So
I
what
had.
is about?
First thing, I've got to give you props. You amazingly, with a single nipple, shut down Powder Dusty's show.
What?
That was brilliant, my dear. I absolutely love it, and with the
Really?
casualness, that was just phenomenal.
You know me by his show?
I don't know you at all, dear. I have no clue who you are, but I was happened to be watching Flow whenever you pulled off one of the greatest moves that I think I ever seen on YouTube.
Really?
Yes.
Is it really, really good? Was it? You don't like him?
Oh, Flo? Oh no, I've known Flo for years. I've known Flo ever since the early We Are Awake days. That's going on about 5 years ago.
No, you and Flo doesn't get along.
Yeah, me and Flo get along fine. You know, he stays on his side of the court, I stay on mine.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it just so happens that I had a little time to troll around yesterday and see what all was going on out there, and stopped by Flo's for a moment and caught your amazing performance. Absolutely brilliant. I think
Did
I got
you
7
did you enjoy
chuckles.
it?
Well, you know, I'm not real big on human anatomy. Uh, you know, I'm just human bodies kind of gross me out. But
And so what?
what you did with a single nipple just absolutely threw me for a profound loop. I laughed all fucking night about that. That was fucking great. Props.
And so am I glad to do that?
Are you glad to do that? I don't know if you're glad to do that or not. I don't know shit about you, but I do know that I caught that moment in time on the Powder Dusty, and I was completely taken by the whole thing. And the fact that he had to shut his stream down, that yeah, that was pretty profound. They say that you have some type of mental deficiency.
Yeah, I have learning disabilities, speech impairment, and a little bit of ADHD.
Well, I'm not quite mentally solid myself, so you're
What's
amongst
going
good
on with
company.
you?
Well, I have PTSD. I have high stress disorder. I have been through 2 nervous breakdowns. Spent a lot of time in institutions in between my career. Not a lot of time, but I've been in a couple. One was a state institution, and one was just
What happened?
just lost touch with reality for a bit.
So what is PTSD means? What is that? I don't know what.
PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I was stabbed 9 times, and
How did you be alive?
they revived me on the helipad in University Hospital, Louisville. They
9
stat
times
me
you have
there.
been stabbed? Like, how was that possible? Wow,
That's not the first time I've overdosed and had to be brought back.
9 times you have been stabbed by your own. Did you stab yourself?
No, it's a rival biker group. So,
Wow.
you know, yeah, it was just a thing, man. But you
So
know,
are
they're
you
not.
good now?
Am I what?
Are you good now? Are you really good?
Well, yeah, I'd like to think that I'm physically much better than I have been in years, but as far as being good as a personification, no, I'm really not a good person at all. Thank you.
You're really not a good person? Like, why? You seem like it. You were talking to me. You seem like,
I seem like a good person to you?
yeah, to me, you are. It seems like it's connection. It's like wow.
What? Maybe maybe we suffer from some of the same issues. Who knows?
And
Maybe that's a
so Well, how long you have been doing this for, this YouTube? That's a long while. Never seen you before.
Really? Well,
Yes.
that's probably because I hang on the darker side of YouTube.
What does
Um,
that mean?
I'm considered in a lot of circles to be an evil, dark, Satanistic type person.
Do you think paranormal is real?
Well, absolutely.
Oh,
Metaphysics? Yes, absolutely.
have you ever seen one? Seen one that's telling me your story? I would like to hear.
Well, I do study metaphysics. I do summoning rituals. I'm an omniist, and uh, a part of this 28-day blood ritual cycle that I'm doing is led to me having to summons energies, entities with personalities.
That's really interesting. Never heard of that before.
Well, it's basically I, I don't I don't follow the Solomonic demon lure. My understanding of demons is more Mid-Eastern and pre-Mesopotamia. And when I summons energies, I summon certain energies to carry out works.
Is it scary for you? Have you ever seen one?
Yeah, and no, it doesn't bother me at all. It seems to bother other people, but it doesn't. I suppose like spirits, you know,
Like,
they're
can you
not much.
tell me the story? Can you tell me your story? How did you get into this?
I've been into this since I was 14, 15 years old. I had a cousin who was she she got into witchcraft. She was a big influence in my life, and then she went to California, joined a satanic cult, sold her soul to the devil. Come back. Um, she was a big influence in my early years. I don't know what
What
happened
happened
to
to
her.
you?
She got scared. Wanted her soul back, I guess. They took her to Florida on some big exorcism thing, and when she come back, she was all like Jesus, and but not
Wow.
me. I wasn't. I was definitely not about Jesus or anything that had to offer. And I continued studying and learning and I guess being defiant of the Christian religion until it led to the point where now all indoctrinated religions or organized established religions to me are just
Do
fucking evil.
you think do you think there's a Jesus out there or no?
If there is, I
Confused.
couldn't prove it.
I'm confused. Did you
You
see
know,
something before? I'm confused right now. I'm sorry. My brain's thinking.
well, yeah, I've encountered lots of different energies and personalities of energies.
Are they really friendly to you or like really mean? There's
They're indifferent. They don't give a shit one way or another. They truly don't. They have a personality
wow.
type by their nature. And when you're summoning that particular energy with that particular intent. And then,
So which is the energy that you really have right now? Like you having do you have I'm confused.
generally, I just try and stay as relevant to the situation at hand, regardless of what it is.
Have you ever played with one before, a Ouija board?
Yeah, I have a. I'm going to change the background, and I'm going to take us off the stage for a second, and you can see where my Ouija board is, and you can see what I've done with it. I made a beautiful piece of artwork out of my Ouija board. I had it for years, and I
You
wound
have
up.
you have to be really careful of it. That's what people told me.
No,
Or no.
no. Just give me a second here. I'm going to remove this from the stage.
That's cool.
There we go. Yeah, I
That's
figure
on the
if
wall.
mirrors. Oh, it's in my bathroom. Yeah, I don't keep mirrors in my home except for one, the one in the bathroom. And I
Why?
figure if mirrors are portals, then I should put the Ouija board in front of the mirror so that spirits can come and go
Mirror.
freely.
Wait, what? I'm confused. Can you?
Confused.
Yes, mirror or
Yeah, you don't know much about metaphysics then, do you?
I just don't know about these Ouija boards.
Well, they're no different than your keyboard and the black mirror that reflects the internet to you. It's a type of Ouija board. It works off of Wi-Fi signals, vibrations, frequencies, and it sends energy and a proxy of your consciousness through the airwaves.
How?
Well,
So lots of people told me you have to be careful of it. Do you have to? I never actually played with it before,
I
and I'm
suggest that
scared
you
to.
get one and play with it.
And is it fake?
Well, it all depends on how much you allow something to channel itself through you. I mean, if you open yourself up and you allow entities to use you as a conduit, then I suppose it's as real as the energy you put into it.
So you were telling me, is it real or is it fake? People told me it's fake and you should not play with it. Is that
Well,
true?
I wouldn't sweat it. I truly. I mean, if I had to do it all over again, I would definitely keep a Ouija board around just for shits and giggles and whatever my interest may be with it.
And can Ouija boards like kill you? I can hear many of stories about that.
No, I don't. I truly don't believe a Ouija board can kill you. Now, maybe the spirits that you summon through it could. That's possible.
Mm.
But I suggest, do you have any metaphysical stores around you? I
What
don't
do you
like,
mean?
well, New Age type stores.
New Age types?
Yeah, where you buy crystals and herbs
Yes,
and incenses and
yes.
well, sometimes they have really cool Ouija boards. Um, they also have ones that like are purple and they glow in the dark. Those are really cool. Or you can go to Walmart and just pick one up for about $20.
Like sometimes, sometimes at the nighttime, I see these lights flicker sometimes. What is that? I
Um,
never.
for me, it's usually the side effect of complete inebriation or my medication.
So I never did some paranormal stuff here. Why is it? Is it just my eyes blinking or?
I don't know. That's for you to determine. Ask it. If you think it's a spirit, if you think it's an entity or an energy,
I
ask it
think
to
it's
reveal
just my
itself.
energy.
Yeah, just ask it. Say, reveal yourself, with a little authority, especially in the darkest possible setting that you can get. I block out all my windows and I live in the dark.
Why?
Uh, my day starts when the sun goes down and it ends when the sun comes up.
What do you
Um,
mean? That's.
I guess I'm allergic to light.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it would seem so. But I don't. I have a very highly alternative lifestyle.
So your day starts right now,
My day started about 5 hours ago.
and so you sleep until daytime.
I sleep all through the daytime,
Okay, that makes sense.
and then when the sun goes down, I get up and start doing art,
I never
music.
seen you do a live before. This is the first time I have catch you.
Well, I've done several. If you look and see, I've done a couple lives here and there.
I haven't been on this show. And what's the comments? I haven't seen the comments. What's they're saying?
Um, it's a little late for people tonight because I got started late, but generally I have a pretty good turnout. Last night there was quite a few panelists and really good conversation, um, really good guests, and it was a fun show. It was a very fun show.
And so when do you do these lives? I need to know. Like I need to be on the next.
Usually around 11 o'clock is whenever I get started. But after the 28th, I will go back to probably earlier hours whenever I start Rat Blood Radio back up. Right now, I'm in the middle of a blood ritual. Would you like to participate in my blood ritual?
What is
I mean,
that?
by being here, you're already participating, but I
What's your
mean,
blood ritual? Is it going to haunt my house?
I don't know. We'll find out. Are you ready? And we'll do this.
I don't want it to haunt my house.
Well, I can't guarantee that it will or it won't.
Can we not?
Huh?
What is a blood witch?
I'm getting ready to show you. Let me go over to the altar and let me get everything set up. This won't take but a moment, and I will let you in to my blood ritual. And this is the 24th day of this blood ritual. So it's been quite the auspicious endeavor. How's that? But I would definitely enjoy you sticking around and being a part of it, especially with your type of energy. You have amazing energy. Let me grab my Book of Shadows, and we are going to sacrifice a page from my Book of Shadows because it is a very potent book that has contained over the years all of my incantations, all my invokings and spells and understandings in metaphysics. So let's make sure you can see. Can you see? Are you there? Uh-oh. Sounds like she's still there. Yeah, she's still there. Okay. Well, grab your Bible because this is about to get metaphysical. Now, this is my Book of Shadows.
Is it?
And I've had it for years, and it is filled with symbology, like I said, spells. It has different incantations that I've worked on that have worked. It's got universal design. It's got damn near all the first 15 years of my studies into various religions and philosophies. And, yep. But I'm going to offer a page of it up before I put the blood in. There are certain pages that contain oiled pages with symbology. This is originally for my son and my daughter to remember my works after I died, but I'm not sure that it's going to make it there. This is a this is an oiled page I'm taking from it, and it has the symbol of L, of Saturn, and it's oiled with amber. I really wish you could have been here whenever I wound up burning the entire Bible. There's nothing left to burn. And then I started making sacraments that were much more powerful than what that book has to offer. Now, within this small cauldron here are there's the talon of the the flightless bird. There are tokens and trinkets of various essences. There's dead flesh. There's lots of blood. There's many pages of current religion, text, intent, uh, quite a few different ingredients to intensify. And this is the symbol of Saturn, L, by which this ritual is being given in rite. This is the token that allows me into the Satanic Temple as a priest. And this is a sacrament offering. This is living blood. We add the living blood. And we allow the pages to smolder so that it turns into intent within the air, which carries it to its destination. Would you like to learn how to work with this stuff? See, it has ventilation so that it can smolder. And Christianity. Not sure. But anyhow, she is fun, and she definitely made quite the impression on me. And that's the first time I had some seriously good chuckles for a very long time. Absolutely fucking amazing. And I figure at some point in this, I'm going to have to go to the Powdered Dusty and demand an encore. But we're doing dark confessions because there is no Vicar of Christ at the moment. We are without a Vicar of Christ, therefore there is no Pope. So that kind of stifles confession. And since I'm not allowed in any of the local confessionals, and even if I was, there is no vicar, no pope, and I tried to give some dark confessions to my case manager today, and he informed me that he appreciated my intent, but he was atheist. And instead, we kicked back and reviewed some videos, had some chuckles and laughs, listened to some music, discussed my current situation, and he gave two shits less about my dark confession. But the link is there for anybody who feels, I suppose, a little disconnected because the Vicar of Christ is dead. Or maybe it's just that you got a lot of dark shit that you'd like to get off of your chest or your breast, and you're not Catholic. Either way, the panel is definitely open to you, and you are welcome to come up and we will share dark confessions together. Some of the darkest. Let's see. A dark confession. How about a dark revelation? Let me see here. Throw the camera on so you see that I'm here. I'm fully attentive to you. Other than my deviant behavior and my excessive indulgences, I suppose I'm going to have to definitely diaper up, grab me some rubber unders in case I shit myself, and a fucking onesie, my binky, my baba, and my blankie, and come at you with some deep, dark, twisted shit. One time during a S&M and bondage excursion that we were on a particularly highly drug-fueled night, we had a pig, and I don't mean like a four-legged pig. I'm talking a female receptacle pig, pig. And due to the very highly sensitive nature of this, I recommend anyone who is not 18 to remove yourself from the viewing audience, cover your ears, run and hide, seek shelter, and cover your eyes in case you can read lips. But as me and my wife at that point in time were engaging in this hedonistic sexual escapade, I managed to take 6 foot of log chain and link by link fill her vaginal cavity with this log chain. And she wasn't capable of taking the whole 6 foot, but she took enough of it that I was absolutely, completely blown away. And after we went through this night of uh, sadomasochism, S&M, bondage, whatever, hedonism, the next day when this female woke up, she was damaged. She wasn't quite the same. Um, she had a very pale, blank expression on her face. Silence covered her mouth, and we took her home, and thus never seen her again. Always wondered what happened to her after that. She just seemed very lost and distant. That's, I suppose, pretty dark and gruesome confession. I have many others, but that one definitely was a memorable, dark experience. Also, I have a dark family experience that recently came back to me from my childhood. And my uncle, the one that was the drunken crackhead, before he was a drunken crackhead, he was actually a pretty cool hippie type dude. You know, he was pretty alright, and till he met that bitch. But anyhow, I was in Fort Wayne with my mother for the summer, and I still lived in the Kentucky Valley, Ohio River Valley. And I remember coming back to the Ohio Valley with him in his duster. And he had this big, floppy, brown leather hippie hat, had long blonde hair, was listening to music so fucking loud that it was impossible to even hear what each other was saying. And I was very young. And he wanted to show me that his car could break 120. And he handed me a beer. And I had this beer in this car, this fucking incredible rock and roll music. And he took that duster and put that pedal down. And all there was just blurred images of the trees going by as I drank that beer. And at that age, could definitely feel the intoxicating effects. But it was what transpired after that I think I had really set aside and had forgotten about. But my first experience with intravenous drug use was my Uncle Gerald. He was a heavy reefer head, drink, dropped acid, snorted coke, but he had a thing with Secanols. And in the 70s, people used to fire Seconals. And I remember as a child going into the bathroom, and there would be blood on the counter, and he would leave his rig laying out. And I never thought about it at that point in time because I didn't realize what he was doing. Until I started doing some introspective look into my regressed state of addressing my inner child and memories. And I remember that quite vividly. And that was at, I think I was about 8 years old, maybe 9. And I remember the rigs, which is the syringes, the syringe, left in the bathroom, and the blood, the spoon. But it wasn't until recently that it really made sense. And I truly understood what he was involved in. But then later on, he met this bitch, and she was just as much of a fucked up junkie as he was. And they got him a little hobble, and one day he pile drived her in the middle of the fucking road, and that was the end of that. And he became a useless crackhead drunk that was nothing but an abusive thorn in my ass. But I do remember when I was young, he did set a standard for what was considered cool at that time. I was exposed to a lot of rock and roll. So, you know, having witches, Satanists, Southern Baptists, hippies, drunks, drug addicts, all schmoozed over with dark secrets, and the one true guiding light that I had was music, rock and roll, and they even tried to take that from me. But they did not succeed. And I have another dark confession. As I was searching myself and picking through my idiosyncratic contempts, my first wife was very cooperative in my career. And my second wife was cooperative to a degree. But when we separated and she took off and went with that chick, the house that we owned sat unoccupied, and the divorce was not final yet. And they backed a dumpster up to the house, and they threw all my artwork, my memorabilia, all the possessions that I had kept throughout the years as mementos, things that couldn't ever be replaced. I think that's why I took such vengeance on her mom and dad and her, metaphysically, of course. And it came to me that when I gave my daughter the guitar that I played on stage, which was one of my most prized possessions, and I told her not to ever get rid of it, and she did. I realized what a heartless, cold, vile little shit she could be. And now, after it's been many, many months since her and my mom took their stand, I realized that she's just like her fucking mother. So I have saved myself an immense amount of burden by not pursuing any further contact with her, lest she, like her mother, do thoughtless damage and have to pay the price for it. And her grandparents, they did pay the price. And to this day, I imagine they are still paying the price, as well as my ex-wife. I suppose I took that a little personal. But these are dark confessions. These are places that Cypher, how's it going? You're welcome up. If you want to click the link, I'm just sharing some of my darker confessions because nobody else seems to have the ability or the fortitude to reveal their inner dark, shadowed self. You know, they keep that hid. They want to project and personify this false representation of themselves as if they're not real. But statistically, if you look at it statistically, the number of atrociousness that happens daily doesn't add up to the percentage of people who claim to be decent. Math just doesn't work. Statistics thrown completely out the window. But there you have 3 dark confessions And I think that's more than what you deserve, seeing since not a fucking one of you could hold a candle to a priest, the vicar of Christ. But it is very good sometimes to let those dark forebodings loose from your mind and leave them here in the creation where they belong. And it's a shame. Um, I suppose. I suppose our little guest was a one-off. The ritual scared her away. But that's even amusing to me. And I suppose out of those of you who are here, you're all within the construct of the creation and bound by its delusional state of illusion. And none of you believe yourselves to be vile creatures, seeking ever so for the light, for balance and that positive stance. Well, there's a particular code that must be observed. You must sin to be forgiven. And with that, the balance of all that you do that you think is positive or beneficial is only revealed with the road to hell is paved with good intentions. There is only indifference in nature. And that's within the creation. And that's the design. And that is what you submit to. When I titled this, I pondered for a moment how many people would come and reveal their dark nature, would offer up some chain that binds them into shame, submission, guilt. And I suppose the stark reality is you're all blameless, or you're filled with shame. One or the other. But your lack of revealing your transparency to the nature of what you truly are and not what you represent on these platforms will be easily dismissed and purged. And especially after the 28th. Though I will continue to broadcast on this platform under Rat Blood Radio, this particular endeavor will have come to an end. And so will my ability to tolerate the mentally confined. Let us pray.
Our Father, who art in hell, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in hell. Give us this day our day to sin, and allow us to trespass upon others, as others trespass upon us. In your name, let it be done.
And there you go. Obviously, I'm going to get off pretty easy this evening. I made my dark confessions to a dead vicar of Christ. I have revealed to you that you aren't capable of being transparent, real. You're hidden behind layers and layers of masked personas. And with any luck, they'll smother you to death. Oh, and by the way, these people who are talking all this concepts of when you die and soul harvesting, recycling, bright lights, and all the amazing stories that you hear from those who have had NDE. Remember, you exist within the confines of a creation that is existent below the speed of light. Did it ever occur to you that maybe, just saying, that upon that state where the chemicals are released and the body allows the spirit, soul, consciousness, whatever you want to call it, free from its fleshly encasement, prison, uh, recreational vehicle, that flash of light is you exceeding the limited speed that this creation exists under. And that particular moment, you are passing through that potential. You are moving beyond the creation, through and beyond the speed of light, to a whole new realm. Or maybe it's just M theory, and quantum death is the best you have, continually living out potentials. Or maybe you create your own hell. And these people who are promoting the ideal that when you die, you have to avoid all these horrible situations that you could find yourself in. Soul recycling, archons, hell, demons. And because you bought into that as a concept, that is exactly what you will find projected upon you leaving this mortal coil. That's just an afterthought. But I really don't give a shit about any of you after you're dead, more or less. While you're alive, I mean, there's a few of you that I enjoy, and I can give them by name. The rest of you, not so much. Oh, we have a chat. Let's see. You know, not long ago, a baby rat just fell off a wall. It just jumped in front of me and it seemed dead. I put it in a room outside, checked on it an hour later, and it was gone. Either the cat got it or it got up and survived. And a few months later, I was a bigger rat. That don't make much sense unless you lycanthroped into a rat. It had a rump, looked a bit busted up, but it seemed fine enough to me. Makes me ponder. Oh, rats are resilient, and they have a special property within them that seems to regenerate, revitalize, and bring vigor back to me with a vengeance. And as a tribute, we haven't done for a while, let's have a moment of silence for all of the rodents that have given their lives in research, study, and food for my snake.
Trembling with horror and throbbing with emotion. Trembling with horror. Trembling with horror. Trembling with horror. Trembling with horror. Welcome to hell.
All of my most sensitive areas were inflamed. My extremities pulsating with tingling sensation.
Welcome to hell.
We've seen the actual reality of a monstrous crime, or merely an illusion, the product of a tortured brain.
Obsessed with the taste of flesh.
He was cruel and a sadist.
Swaying back and forth. A beautiful thing taking me away.
No one had a bad trip.
A beautiful thing taking me away.
No one had a bad trip.
A beautiful thing taking me away.
No one had a bad trip.
A beautiful thing taking me away.
No one had a bad trip. It was all very good.
Sucking the hallucinatory acid into the system.
My head is spinning. My head is spinning. My head is spinning.
Sucking the hallucinatory acid into the system.
My head is spinning. My head is spinning. My head is spinning.
Sucking the hallucinatory acid into the system.
No one had a bad trip.
The mind of man rests on a delicate balance between reality, the world of light, and the other, darker world below the threshold of consciousness.
Welcome to hell. You. Do you know that? We're happy to have you with us tonight and hope you'll come back often.
Stream. Because earlier in the stream, and the pussy thing, that was Jay's word. Maybe he didn't actually say that. He did.